among shoe brands, there are few that can compare to the one that we're about to see. And we know that because coming up on season 20 of How It's Made on TV, you're going to learn how Vittoria makes their cycling shoes. We're talking to Mike from Vittoria. Mike, I got to ask you first, how did that come about? How'd you end up on this TV show?
In December of last year, the production company, which is based in Montreal, had sent out emails to all the different Italian cycling shoe manufacturers. The rule was, the first rule, it had to be made in Italy, no matter what. That's where they were filming, which immediately eliminated a lot of companies because they don't produce their shoes in Italy. The second rule was, if it wasn't made all in one factory, no more than 30 minutes away, they would go to view another factory. Well, we make everything in one factory in Biella, so it was very easy for us to just take and say, sure, we can handle that. Come over. A couple of days in March, March 15th and 16th, they came, they did the production, and starting at the end of September, we'll be on How It's Made for the next 10 years on Discovery and Science Channel.
And I think that that's an important story, right? Because lots of Italian shoe manufacturers may design their shoes in Italy, but you're designing and manufacturing there.
Yeah, actually, everything for our shoes is made in Italy, whether it's the buckles or the material or the sole. The carbon fiber sole that we actually use on our road shoes is actually made in our factory in Northwest Italy at the base of Mont Blanc. So
let's talk about what's new for this year. Let's start with your road shoes. What does Vittoria have in store for cyclists this year?
Well, about a month and a half ago, we decided to come up with a new shoe because we had some new material that we decided to start with. And this is the new shoe. This is the Ora Evo. It actually has our new micro mesh upper, which actually adds a lot of structural support. So we actually were able to reduce some of the weight and go with a lighter type of Lorica that actually has a really soft feel, almost like a leather feel to it, but still structurally strong enough that allowed us to take and reduce the weight by about 20 grams. We have our proprietary cable tension closure, which uses a stainless steel braided mesh wire. We have a nice lever to grab a hold of, so if your fingers are cold or you got gloves on or muddy or whatever, you can grab a hold of it, tension it, release it, and then when you're ready to get out of it, you can actually push the button in the center and release the system completely. What else is nice about our shoe is it's very easy to take and replace the wire in under 5 minutes without tools, one-handed, in the dark, blindfolded. Well, bears are trying to eat you. Yeah, hopefully not. Exactly. But it's that simple. It's very, very simple for us to take and to switch out this cable closure. So we have our 3-position buckle, where a lot of companies only have 1 or 2 positions. We actually have 3, so that it gives you an extra ½ inch of room either up or down. So if you have a higher or lower instep, you can have extra strap. We have our body heat moldable CRS pad system, which is adjustable side to side on our strap so that it lines with your instep really well and locks your foot into the heel cup better. Our upper strap actually has a little bit of a rocker to it so that it aligns really well with your instep. So it's not that pinching feeling that you get sometimes on those upper straps of some companies. We have our new material for our heel counter. While some companies have like a plastic or a cloth one, this is kind of in between the two. The plastic's too hard, the cloth is too soft. You end up with your heel moving a little bit too much. So we actually added a new material that we came up with that has that stiffness, but also has that comfort, so you don't have that pinch on the back of your ankle. We have our unidirectional carbon sole. This is actually made in our factory and can be seen on How It's Made. It's a 3-millimeter continuous thickness. It's very thin, very light, very stiff. And we also have a side-to-side cleat placement adjustment for better Q factor positioning. So this is our Ora Evo. It's $490 retail, and we're also doing it on our mountain shoe. So we're doing the Ora Evo upper on our rock mountain shoe. And what we've done is we've actually added a reinforcement on the side here and on the toe. It's a new material that we came up with. It's a rubberized coating that actually adds a lot of durability, but it's not very heavy for us. So it keeps the weight of the shoe down. We use our micro mesh upper, the micrometric closure. We have our cable system, as well as our heel counter. We've got our new full carbon sole. It's a 5-millimeter continuous thickness. Our new lug system, it's super stiff sole, so we actually added a little bit of flex to our lugs so that it's not so hard for people when they're running or walking with it. Toe spikeability. This is $495 for next year.
One of the things, we were at the outdoor demo and I saw some people come into the booth, and the first thing they asked you was, well, what if I wear these out? And you had some great answers for that.
Well, we offer a lifetime warranty on our shoes, which lifetime warranty, obviously, some people might want to take and have their dog eat it to try and get it replaced or something like that. Somebody running it over with a car. We're pretty generous with it, but at the same point, the material that we use, it's very, very stiff and very solid. It doesn't wear out very quickly, so you're probably going to wear out before these do.
Now, another thing that I do know and I'd like you to speak to is a lot of people have feet that are maybe one's a full size, one's a half size, maybe one's a little bit wider, one's a little bit narrower, and a lot of times it's difficult for them to get a pair of shoes that fits each foot perfectly. How does Vittoria handle that?
Since we make everything in one factory in Italy, it's very simple for us to just take and swap things out while in production. We actually make 4 different widths. We make a narrow, a standard width, a wide, and a super wide. And we also do a high volume and low volume for people with 2 different, a really thick or a really thin foot. And then we also offer a multi-length feature with people that have 2 different length feet. Like I actually have a 45 on one foot and a 46 on another. It's very simple for us to do that because we make everything in one factory. It's not like having to call up Asia and say, can I have this pair made for me? What's nice is we do it, and we do it in such a way that we actually can have a set delivered to you in 14 business days. We do air shipments to the U.S. every 2 weeks. We do boat shipments for stock every 3 months. So we do the specials, like a multi-length, or if you need a 42 left and a 42.5 right, but it's a wide, we can do that and have it in 14 business days to you.
So just go to your local dealer, get fitted, and then the dealer orders it for you? Is that the way it works?
Absolutely. We fit a standard adult European branding device. We do have the ability to, if you want to just take and do a measurement on your foot, we can do a tracing of your foot. And we have a millimeter sizing chart where we can take and do something as simple as that, too, if you don't have a Brannick device. The Brannick is the normal metal device that you always fit when you were a kid and you're playing with in the shoe store. But we fit a standard adult Euro Brannick device, so it's nothing really over the top or special. But any dealer can handle that. Our minimum for a dealer is 1, which is wonderful, so they don't have to buy 6 dozen shoes or something like that, and be over the top with their shoe selection. So any dealer can handle that. But one of the nice things about us versus some of the other dealers is we don't do online sales. So for a lot of dealers that are very upset right now with online, killing margins and, blowing out product online, we don't do that. We really try and focus on the dealer because we want to make sure that those dealers are sizing properly. We want to make sure that that customer doesn't have to come back for another pair of shoes. We want them to be happy with their shoes.
So today we've looked at your high end from your road and from your mountain, but you've got a complete line of shoes. We can't go through them all, but people are going to want to learn more. Where can they go?
You can go to vittoria.us or vittoria-shoes.com. We're at the Italian Pavilion, booth 15105.
Excellent, Mike. Always good to talk to you. Looks like some great shoes for 2013.
Thank you very much. It was fun.
Great to see you. And this is David. We're live from the Vittoria booth for Interbike TV.